We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Washington football team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. After a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Off play action. Vernon. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT. On the game's opening drive. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on first down. Elam. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Elam. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wilson now off the bootleg. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, Elam. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try the left side. Elam. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They go play action with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Back to throw. Vernon. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jabari Zuniga able to record his 5th sack of the season. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. They'll run on 1st down. Elam. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. Elam. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Play action. Now Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10. Looking to throw. Vernon. Dancing to his left. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man. Complete. And down to the 20. A big play there just before halftime.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Still 15 yards to go, second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run with Gibson, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Breaks through the contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And some space here. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And all the way down to the 27. A huge play there for Washington. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gibson. Down right around the 25. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly. And rode him right out of bounds. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak. On 1st down, Elam. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. It made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Elam. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 103 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter. I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Throwing on first down. Vernon eluding the pressure right. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They run the counter. Elam. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. He's got McLaurin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
To throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. That catch good for only a couple. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off around the 27. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Washington now going to use the first of their three timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And it's It's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try the left side. Elam showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the air.